Everyone do that. I don't understand why they mention only about high value kind of game. Last year, many players do it the same. In that game, 8 players do it the same. So, but they only speak about the black sheep, which is me, which is I completely understand. Okay.
I hate that Pierce didn't let him continue about that Tottenham one where he left.
Oh, actually, they're gonna talk about it later. He wanted to talk about this first because it happened first, but then he's gonna hit everything.
Done. I apologize to the coach, and for me, the chapter was closing.
It seemed to me that right from the start, Ten Hag wanted to show you who the boss was. That he dropped you, he benched you, he mucked you around, he talked about you in the press. Were you getting that feeling? I mean, did you feel that?
The feeling, he always mentioned to me that I didn't need the preseason, so I should wait for my opportunity. I really understand. I should, well, okay, I understand. But I'm not going to give you points, but he don't do it the same procediment to every players. I'm not going to mention players, but they don't do it the same way. Second, I understand that becoming a new job, Manchester was so bad the last 5 years that they should clean the house, let's say in that way. But the way they approach, the way the press make this so big, it's because probably the communication wasn't the best. But I really understand in the beginning, because I didn't do the preseason, I don't start to play. But going more further than that, other things happen that people they don't know. And I'm not hiding that.
And how many times have you seen, even in the past with Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, even Iniesta, Xavi, those great players? I remember correctly, only one of them, of the good ones, would go to preseason because the coach didn't want them to get injured before season started.
Yeah, and a lot of them barely played too. Like even if they did,
yeah, they would just like pass it, not try, because they don't want to get injured. And as a coach, that's what you need to do, right? Okay, let's try the new ones who really have hunger. Maybe they will get good ones there for the season, but let's protect the ones who are already solid so that they don't get injured and they're good for the season.
Exactly. Preseason is mostly to see like young talents coming up from the academy or something. Give them a chance, exposure, so you see like your options.
Or like to play against small teams, Real Madrid versus America.
Empathy with the coach is not good. I'm honest.
You don't have a good relationship with him.
I'm not mean good relationship. The empathy is not good. Let's say.
Do you think he respects you?
I think he don't respect the way I should deserve. But it is what it is. This is why probably the game against Tottenham I left.
When I come to these 2 games, so against Manchester City, where United got destroyed, he didn't bring you on. He brought on other strikers, but didn't bring you on. And I felt insulted on your behalf. I was like, well, surely against Manchester City, if you're losing this badly and you've got the greatest player of all time sitting there, you at least give him some time, don't you? But he didn't. And he said afterwards, the reason was he had too much respect for you, wanted to respect you. When you heard him say that, what did you...
That makes no sense. But I want to see what Ronaldo says first.
What do you think?
Excuses. I say as excuses. I saw many things that I don't.
Imagine you have the best player, you're losing that bad, and you're like, I don't put him because respect. In that case, they shouldn't put them in the finals because respect. They don't want them to lose. That doesn't make sense. You have the best player, you're doing bad, you're losing hard. And even if he wasn't having like a great season after they came back, he still if the players play good and they give passes and like give balls to him in the area, he's still dangerous in that area. You gotta understand. he might not dribble like in the back in the path where he dribbles more people on the sidelines, but you give the ball to him in the area, he's still dangerous.
For sure. And he's a different player now. He's more of like a goal scorer instead of a dribbler now. You can't expect him to dribble anymore, but he still produces goals, and that's what matters. Like you said
think of
earlier.
Chicharito. He might joke still, but he doesn't really joke people. He just shoots and scores and is there.
Yeah,
But he got relationship with his teammates. They give him balls, as many as they can, and he'll fight for any.
yeah. Did you see how he was when Pierce asked the question? He didn't know what to say. He was like speechless.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know what that means. He's like, I like to play. I want to help the team.
I don't wanna criticize him. He can have different opinion than me that they choose the players that I think is better for the team. I respect that. But the excuses all the time, the excuses have short legs. You cannot excuse all the time, which is things that don't make sense. Okay, you don't put me against Manchester City because of respect of your career, and you want to put me 3 minutes against Tottenham.
Well, that's the thing. So you then play Tottenham.
Don't make sense.
And then he wants to bring you on with 3 minutes to go, which is the complete opposite to what he said the situation was with City.
I think he did purpose because, for example, in the national team, the other clubs, if the coach wants to put me 5 minutes, if someone injured or if they really need me, I will help. But in that way, I felt provoked. Not only because of that game, but before.
He was deliberately provoking.
Right, everyone know that.
Disrespecting you, think.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this is why I say I don't
respect for his career. It's more than respectful to his career, not to put him in and then put him in the next 3 minutes because he knew they were gonna blame him.
Dude, so the one game they were losing against City, the coach didn't want to put him in because he says he respects Ronaldo too much to put him in when they're losing. But then the next week they play and they're winning like 2-0 or something. And then 87th minute, 88th minute, he wants to sub in Ronaldo. Like, what is the point of subbing him in like 87th, 88th minute when you're winning, right? Usually at that point, those subs are just to waste time, right?
Yeah. Or if someone got injured.
Yeah,
right?
But no one got injured in this case. And bro, that's literally the opposite of what you just said the week before.
And by the way, Ronaldo has never done it throughout his career, throughout all those 2 decades. He's never done anything like that. He might like kick the player, push the player, but nothing like that towards the coach or the team. And I have played some games where, and I have played some when I'm not playing. They put me at the end when there's nothing really to play anymore.
Exactly.
Right? I just had to tell the coach, I'm not gonna play 3 minutes. Like it's almost over.
Yeah.
Like I remember I stopped playing for a team because they put all their players, then they're losing, and then all of a sudden they wanted me like at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I don't like just finish. It's 1 minute left.
Exactly. Just finish the game.
And
that's the opposite of respect, bro. That's like disrespect.
And for him, let's say it was disrespectful or sportsmanship, like that's like once throughout his 2 decades he's been playing. Like let's say okay, it was respectful or it was like not good for him. Right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for his whole career, never done something like that. Like players have worse tempers and do worse than that.
Yeah, and he didn't like that. And then the media was like, oh, he's a bad guy for like not wanting to come on. That's not how it is.
And if someone who plays football and just criticizes him for doing that, think of the times that happened to you and you were like, nah, F that.
For reals. Like no one likes to be that person that comes on 2 minutes left.
Like if I was not like a starter and they barely knew me and I was proving myself, sure.
Yeah. He's not like some 16, 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, he's not Rashford, No, I'm kidding.
This guy's a legend of the game. You don't do that to a legend.
Exactly. Imagine they put Pele or Maradona. Do you think they would have done the same, or they would have played?
They definitely would have done the same.
And again, there's more players than Ronaldo who have done even worse tempers.
Don't have respect for him because they don't show me respect for me. This is why we are in that situation. I have to be honest that the things don't going well because of that, because the empathy don't exist, and he keep say things for the press, but the press say what they think it's good to protect probably him and Manchester United. But as I know, I understand many.
Exactly. They blame Ronaldo. They're not gonna blame the coach, because the coach should have been fired a long time ago.
And I wanted to put emphasis on the line that he just said. The coach doesn't respect me, so I don't respect him. The after the preview of that line, the media just took that and then just put him down. They
Like-
cut off half of the quote and said Ronaldo doesn't respect the coach.
Exactly.
But that's not the case. He said the coach doesn't respect me, so I don't respect him.
It's like
People gotta like look at the full context.
Well, and think about it for yourself again. If it's not even for him, put yourself in that, right? Like, people always say like respect your elders. I do, but if one of them is respectful and nasty and starts saying a bunch of stuff to me, I'm not gonna take it. Like, despite of how like old they are.
Like, let's say like if your boss like doesn't respect you, are you gonna respect them?
Especially with your boss. Everyone who has a job knows they don't let their boss respect you. And if you do, you go back and talk smack, like after you get home or to your friends or your other colleagues.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't respect you, you're not gonna respect them.
No. Everyone needs to be respected.
Yeah,
As not even as a football, but just as a human being.
it has to work both ways. It can't just be one way.
They really need to investigate United and what is really happening with the coaches or with the trainings. I still don't understand who no one from Manchester United comes out and say that's not true. Like, that's what shocks me the most. I'm not gonna say no one because I know there's some, but like the people who are actually the players' teammates, why don't they say anything? They just want to keep their position secure with the coach. I don't know.
Yeah. No one wants to back him up.